Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our sales training on the Wednesday evening. We are live on the Long Reach Live Network TV. Go ahead and share on your statuses, on your pages, share with everyone and let them know we are here. We are live. I'm also going to be doing the same thing right now. I'm going to be telling people using my other device that we are live. We just need to remind them. It is still Heritage Month. It is still September. We are still enjoying this beautiful month of love. I call September a month of love because that's when most marriages happen, Yeah. So let's go ahead and tell everyone that we are live on our sales training. Let's go ahead and share on our pages, social networks, share screen. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and share and tell everyone that we are here to be empowered and we are here to empower ourselves. We are here to learn from each other. Yeah, let me do that. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our sales training once again. For those who don't know me, my name is Zee all the way from the Eastern Cape, a stockist within our Long Reach business. I am always excited to be here. I am always excited to learn, and I'm always excited to actually, review my journey in these trainings or my journey even in my business. So yeah, let's go ahead and share on our pages and tell everyone that we are here. So I'm just going to wait for two more people to greet on our live comment box, and then I know that we are good to go. Welcome, Mr. Allen. Welcome. It's always great to see you on this platform. Good evening, Tito. Good morning, Tito. Welcome. Welcome. Let's wait for a few more to join us, a few more people to greet on the comment box, and then I will know that I am good to go. It is sales training. We are talking money indirectly. We are talking, an increase in our business. We are talking an increase on our platform. Onelina, welcome. Good to see you. Hi, Tunisa, welcome. Hi, Tozama, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Hi, Aaron, welcome. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Let's go ahead and share on our WhatsApp groups, on our statuses, and on our Facebook pages, or any other social medium that you are using. Let's let everyone know that we are here. Hi, Refilwe. Morning, Fifi. Hi, Richard. Hi, Richard from USA, Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome, Richard. Always good to see you here. All right, for those who don't know me, once again, my name is Zipono Kambula, a stockist on this great platform called Long Reach Bioscience. But I've noticed as well, we've got people that are not from our business that are tuning in on here to actually learn. Hi, Coach Pulane. Great to see you. Welcome back, my leader. I missed you last week. So yes, we've got people that are non-long reach distributors, which tells me that we are doing something really, really great. I got an inbox after our training last week where a person wanted to know about our long reach business. And I must say, we might think or take it for granted what we're doing when we're sharing, the screens, when we're sharing what we're doing here. We've got something very powerful going on. And through consistency, through dedication, through hard work, we will succeed. Through unity, we will succeed. All right, leaders. Hi, Lucia. Welcome. So tonight, I thought, let me do a review. Let us do a review of what we have done thus far, right? It's going to be an open floor. Yeah. Hi, Seda. Welcome. It's going to be an open floor tonight, where we're just going to interact. If you've got any questions that you would like to ask, and for mostly people that have joined onto this network TV, recently, then we can maybe reflect on what we have learned. So I dedicate tonight just for the review. All right. To start with what we've been talking about, when we started this training, we spoke about positioning yourself. Are you positioned well enough? We talked about how we are grateful of being part of a business called Long Reach Bioscience, a store for all, if I may call it, that. We offer health, beauty, personal care products. There is nothing that our consumers would need from us we won't be able to provide. Hi, Mutakela, welcome, Kati. All right, so we spoke about positioning yourself, and we said, when we're talking of different companies, once the name of a particular company is mentioned, you quickly associate that company with just one product, even though they've got a wide range of products. But when it comes to Long Reach, not only we provide 2,000 products, range of different products, but when we talk of Long Reach, you can't leave health, you can't leave beauty, you can't leave personal care. You can't, we've got everything under one umbrella. So from that aspect, we are indeed positioned well because of that. And then we also spoke about branding. Remember, we spoke about branding. Remember, we spoke about how important, that we make quality our priority, not only from the company itself to us, but also from us to the distributors. I went ahead and gave you, different scenarios where I experienced that, my packaging was lacking and how I improved and all of that. So I want to know from you guys, have you been applying that? Have you positioned yourself well? Have you done enough training? When I look around, driving around, I see vehicles branded, all different types of network marketing businesses. Have you done that? How far have you been with your branding, and how far have you gone with positioning yourself, in such a way that you increase your business? So tonight is basically, like I said, it's a review. We are going to talk about, the different experiences that we have had, and I'm going to look on the live, comment box, where I'm going to see your questions, and then we can interact, nicely, and then we spoke about selling today, and we spoke about how one should realize that there is not only one way of selling. Being a salesperson means being able to think on your toes. Being a salesperson means coming with or bringing about solutions to the problems that are brought to you. So selling, we went on and spoke about how selling is just not an exchange of money for a good or for a product, but it's also about building relationships. I'm sure most of you remember that. So basically tonight, I want to see how much we have gone with actually applying that, and what are the results that we've been having. When we spoke about branding, we also spoke about the stickers that you place on the product, especially for people that are doing exhibitions. That really helps a lot. Even today, I had an experience from someone that I met 3 months ago because I left a sticker on the product. The person called me to say, they're in need of a product X. So leaders, yes. So tonight it's a review. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Good morning, Muzi. Welcome, Pindile. Welcome, Simisola, all the way from the USA. Welcome from Zambia, Jofayas. I hope you guys have heard, what we are actually doing tonight. It is just a review. The floor is open. We're going to be interacting with each other. We're going to be reflecting on what we have learned. We're going to be learning from each other. Remember, I said I might not be an expert in this field, but you can definitely gain one or two things from me because of the experience that I've had within the sales industry. So let's go ahead and learn, and I was busy touching on what we have learned. We also learned about how the importance of a customer, how the customer is actually the most important asset in our business. We also spoke about how we need to sell ourselves first before we sell the actual product that we have. Yes, man. We spoke about a lot of things: presentation, appearance, knowledge, the product trainings that we have. Are you increasing your knowledge? or are you wandering around when a customer is asking you about a product, and are you actually learning? We spoke about also from my experience, when we spoke about when you're explaining a product, right, and you are new onto the Long Reach platform, you don't know what Long Reach is about exactly. You're still finding your feet onto the business. How do you invite your clients on your journey? How do you invite your clients on your journey? Do you show them that, Mr. Customer, I'm not so aware of the benefits of the toothpaste. Can we learn it together? Do you involve them in the process? Because there's a saying that say you can never bullshit a bullshitter. Excuse my French, but there is a saying that says that, and that saying is actually true. And how we also spoke about how consumers are actually aware of what is happening, within the sales process or within the companies. How consumers, they come to you knowing exactly what you have to offer, but would ask or probe questions to see your understanding and to actually see if are you the person that they would want to deal with. Yes, leaders. So tonight it is a review evening. It is a review session or a review training. The floor is open. You can ask me anything that you would like to know. Hi, Zibele, welcome. Yes, we are live. Long Reach Network TV, go ahead and share on your statuses. We are doing a review tonight on reflecting on what we have learned, and the floor is open. If you've got any question that you would like to ask, feel free. I'm just going to carry on talking because I enjoy what I'm doing. I love it. Passion is my life. Sales is my life, and I've got so much passion for it. And every day I interact with a client, I always, fix myself or polish my skills, because I really want to be the best in this area or in this aspect. All right, leaders. Who can remember what else we spoke about? We spoke about, this one is my favorite. This one is my favorite. We spoke about the pricing, how you must deal with the people, the customers that tell you that your product is expensive, or how you have handled the price increase that we have had in Long Reach. It's even old now. It's not even a price increase. It's not even a new price increase. But yeah, how do you handle that? How do you handle price increase? And we spoke about how important is it for you to know the processes that, the value chain or the processes that your product goes through until the final stage, yes, the 21 characteristics. I'm sure you remember that, Coach Pulane. So is there any question that you would like to ask on that, or is there anything that you would like to add? Is there something that you were maybe lacking on that you have improved on? Let's talk about it. Let's talk sales. Sales is fun. Sales is a game. Sales is a numbers game. I always refer to it as that. And once you get the hang of things, you're really going to enjoy it. And, you can sell absolutely anything to anyone. You just need to be prepared, and you just need to constantly do it so that you can have practice, and then you won't be shy to actually talk to people. So yes, leaders, ask me. I am here. Is there anything that you would like to ask? How have you found the training so far? And also we talk about how people always associate selling with how can I put it? Like they always think that salespeople are born to sell. But leaders, trust you me, selling is a skill that you can learn. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a salesperson for you to acquire the skill. And we spoke about how the different professions where you need selling, to be the best doctor, you have to sell yourself. You have to sell your service. You have to sell how you treat people. You have to sell, a whole lot of things, right? So there is a whole lot. There is a whole lot that a whole lot of professions where sales is important. So I want you guys to ask me. It's an open floor. If there's any questions, don't be shy. Selling is about kicking shyness out of the window. Out of the window. We are here to learn. There is no right or wrong answer. There is no right or wrong answer or right or wrong question. You can add as well. You can add value, right? So remember, we talk about the principles of marketing, or the principles of selling, or the principles of branding. We spoke about being honest and transparent, and we spoke about, we said when you are being transparent to your customers, you give the exact benefits to the product. You focus on the ideal customer, not being all over the place. There's a whole lot, guys, that we've covered. There's a whole lot that we have covered. I'm sure you've got a question or two. I know some people have been asking me or inboxing me, but I think it would be nice to have everyone interacting on our comment box. I see there's quite a few people that are here. So do you want to tell me that everything is great? So you are applying. If you are applying what we've been learning here, what are the results that you are getting? Share with us, let's get it moving. Share with us the results that you've been getting on your sales, processes or selling processes. Remember when we said your ability to observe must be as powerful as your ability to sell and your ability to listen. Remember we said that. So after you've listened, were you able to observe? Was your ability to sell increased, to the people that you interact with? How has this sales training, how has it helped you? How has it helped you? I'm just trying to look through what we have learned, what we have trained on. We've also trained on the added value. Branding in the USA is kind of hard because of the market. Yes, you are right, Richard. I've seen that. I've seen in America, you actually can name a company X that you want to. How can I put it? Like when you're doing a comparison between two products, you can actually name the company that you are competing against. And in South Africa, that is not allowed. It's not allowed to down talk. I forgot the term now that is used, but it's not allowed to down talk your competitor. So it can be tricky. But remember, we said when you are a salesperson within that. How can you find solution? You need to come up with the solution to be able to also tackle that. And also we spoke about you finding the right people. When you're saying because of the market, are you talking to the right people? Are you talking to the right people? Are you talking, you understand, are you talking to the right market? Remember, we also spoke about doing an analysis, an analysis of who is going to buy this product. Are you focusing on all the products or you have taken just the one product? Because take, for instance, a sanitizer. A sanitizer is something that is used by everyone almost anyway. Have you taken and studied why is our sanitizer the best? And have you actually gone, to the right people? The right people basically now is everyone, everyone needs to use a sanitizer now. So, ours is portable, 99.9% alcohol in it. There's a whole lot of ticks. So what I would advise on that, on the market, don't just focus on the people around you. Remember, we said that. And we also spoke about creating the boundaries. Get rid of those boundaries, because I'm hearing you saying the USA, the market is different, but USA is huge, it's huge. So there's different parts of the country that you can actually have access to. Think of your family in town, I don't know, wherever, and see how you can actually do business with them. That's what I'm doing. I'm in South Africa. I've interacted, or I've been interacting with my sister that is in Texas, and we've been talking about the business, how we can actually bring about there. So yeah, don't limit yourself. Kill those brownies. My main product, yes. Oh, there we go, Richard. That's Lucia. Lucia is also in America. The main focus product that she's focusing on is the pie cup and the teas. So exactly what I'm saying. Out of all the 2,000 products that we have, I'm sure you can find a market for one or two particular products that you can polish. That you can focus on. I hope that really helps. Anyone else with a question or that would like to add value into our training? We also spoke about the web business, the virtual reality, how business now, most businesses have moved into the web, onto the web or in the internet. Remember, we spoke about that, and then we spoke about how we can tackle that, and how we need not to neglect the little, or the market rather, the market that we have that is not on the internet. So there are so many ways to kill a cat. There are so many ways to kill a cat. All right, guys. And then we've also spoke about how everything now is an auction. If we can say that everything is an auction, because when people want to do comparison now, they just go ahead and do it. It's at the click of a button, because they do it on the internet. Remember, we mentioned that. So how do we go about staying relevant? How do we go about staying relevant on the internet? We spoke about the factors that affect your business on the internet: transparency, again, your image, what you post, how you interact with people. And sometimes I find, like, you'll get people that would post something that's something personal, addressing people that are in their personal space on their business platform. Because Facebook, for instance, that's the one that I use a lot, or WhatsApp as well. That's where you've got your business and your personal people. So when you're taking out your frustrations, or when you're taking out your anger on that platform, you're actually sending a message about you to your customers as well. So we spoke about how we need to, hi Sangiwa, welcome, how we need we need to stay relevant, and we need to always stay professional on our page. And I even advise that maybe it would be nice for us to have different pages. Then you can keep the one page personal, and the other one strictly business. Yes, Richard, well done. Our toothpaste is number one, and especially that we manufacture a well-known toothpaste. Remember what I always say as well: a doctor or a dentist, or any person, I don't know what to call it, but any person in that field, they do not learn about the product. They do not learn about the product. They learn about on ways how to cure the sickness or the disease, or whatever you want to call it. We are the manufacturing company. I think that's the other thing that we need to get into ourselves. We manufacture. So when we're saying we are manufacturers, we provide solutions to the problems. And that's a reality. If you've been to see a dentist, or you've been to see, a doctor or whatever, there's always going to be something that's going to be prescribed for you to use. All right. So we are the manufacturers. So don't take lightly the business that you are part of. All right. And then, okay, here's Mutakela says he's doing online selling of long reach products, for it is working very well for him. I don't have time to rest of teaching people about our products. To sell the testimonies, not the products. People will understand better. Perfect. That is indeed another way. Knowledge is power. Testimonies. We've got already the testimonies that we have, the testimonies from the people that have used our product. So, I mean, a testimony that's a selling on its own. We even have a testimony page on our Facebook. You can visit that. You can visit the page. There's a whole lot of testimonies that are listed there. Once you've got a client, or even, this is the other thing that I'm also trying to do myself. When, let's say now, every day you target one or two products. You target one or two products, you post on those products, then you post on the different testimonies about the products. That already does that for you without you having opened your mouth and having spoken to anyone, just by posting on your Facebook, or posting on your status. Thank you so much, Mutakela. That's very powerful. If you've got anything that you'd like to ask, be it about sales, be it about long reach platform, sales and marketing, feel free. This day, it's our review day. It's a day where we learn from each other. It's a day where we empower each other. So if there's anything that you'd like to ask, let's go ahead and do so, leaders. This is a fun city. Remember, I said this is a fun city. Sales is fun. It's a game. It's very fun. And once you get into practice, get into practice and do it every day consistently, so you will enjoy it. You will enjoy it. You won't even feel that you are contacting 20 people every day. It happens with me. I would when I'm in a sales gear, when I'm starting my sales processes or starting to pitch on my online, WhatsApp or whatever medium that I use. I realized, after I've spoken to a whole lot of people that, geez, I've spoken to like 20 or, in one day, I don't feel it anymore because I do it with so much passion. And remember also what we spoke about, how a no prepares you. When someone says no, they simply means not yet. And don't take it personal. Don't take it is for you. They're saying no to you. It's actually their loss, Look at it like that. Move on to the next one, but learn as well from the experience. What could you have done from your side to better or to get a yes from the client? Yes, leaders, anything else that you would like to share? Anything that you would like to ask? Anything that you would like to share? Anything you'd like to ask? Hi, my SD. Hi, SD Tuli. Thank you so much. Do you have a question for me? Do you have a question for me, or would you like to add value, onto our trainings? If you'd like to add something that can be of use to the other people, as we continue to learn from each other. Tonight is a review. It's a review training. So I would like to hear everyone's inputs. Hi, Nkululeko. Hi, Zimbabwe in the house. So welcome. Welcome. Is there anything that you would like to add, especially when the customer, when the customer training, remember we did the customer satisfaction index, how important the customer is, into your business, how they are an asset to your business. What have you learned today? How are you improving your interaction with your customers? Are you getting a positive feedback? When a customer says no, do you ask for referrals? Even when they say yes, do you ask your referrals? Remember we said, it's a numbers game. The more numbers you get, the more. Remember, it doesn't have to be every time you contact someone to recruit them, they're going to be a business partner. There is a chain. There is a process on this, right? First interaction, it's a prospect, right? You get a prospect. Who creates prospect? You. How do you create prospects? When you drop off your kids at school, the mom that you greet that stop next to you, that is a prospect. You get into the office. Guys, when I recruit, when I speak to clients, when I'm in that gear, do you know that even the people that call me, those people for telesales that would call you and wanting to sell you whatever, I recruit them. I speak to them about my business. So a prospect is anyway. Thank you. Okay, know your product. It makes you sell with confidence and makes the business way fine. Perfect. That is so true, Annalena. SD is saying all leaders must be glued to live teachings if they want to close their 2021 with the bang. That is also as powerful, leaders. These trainings that we are doing, they are really powerful. I've seen for myself as well, when I'm learning from the other coaches, I've seen how much it has impacted my business. So we always say, don't show up when you want to. It is a necessity for you to show up constantly, consistently. All right. And then, all right, Semisola. All right, you are asking about the teas. Yes, our teas can be taken together. Let's try and stick to the sales or the marketing. Anything that you can add with that will be really, I would really appreciate it. Yes, guys. So we need to take the training seriously, even if it means you can go back, to what we have learned. And luckily they are recorded here on our live network TV. Go back, impact yourself with knowledge and practice it. Practice. I cannot emphasize on that more. We need to practice everything and anything that we learn until it comes out natural. I see you guys don't have questions, so it means thank you, SD. Hi, SD Tandeka. Powerful Leader Zee. Everybody with ears to listen. They are a potential business. Amen. Never judge your clients. Convert those clients to business partners. Let's grow together. Exactly. Thank you so much, SDT, for that. That is actually what I was getting to when I said when you're meeting a person, like she's saying, anyone that you meet, it doesn't matter where they are your prospect. Before you know it, they'll be your client. Before you know it, they'll be your business partner. Always convert. Always upsell. Always upsell, not in a bad way, but on a serious note, if you use our facial products together, they work much better. You've been to a store where you have been sold, you went to buy a soap and you were told of an exfoliator, for an example. Why are you keeping quiet about your products? When someone is wanting a toothpaste, do you tell them about the mouth freshener? When someone is wanting a bamboo soap, do they know about our SOD? Do they know about our oil? So always seek to help clients by offering them, the products that work well together. All right. Anything else, leaders? If there's anything that you would like to add, I would really appreciate it. There is so much that we spoke about. There is so much. How are you guys doing your branding? How are you doing your branding? I touched on it earlier on. I've noticed a whole lot of cars, especially in the area that I work at now. They are part of different network marketing businesses and they've got stickers on their cars. Is your car, do you have a sticker on your car? I don't have a car, otherwise I would have one. Do you have a sticker on your car? Do people know? Does your neighbor know that this is the business that you are doing? Right? The people, wherever you go, they need to know that this is what you are doing. This is what you are doing without you even having to speak to them. That's partly one of the branding that we talk about. Okay, we've touched on the stickers. How else are you branding yourself? Let's share, ideas on branding. Let's share ideas on branding. Yes, Isabelle, I need to go back to that. Yes, she's wearing the t-shirt, long reach marks. Well done. Yes, I get other customers without approaching them. They just ask if I have a toothpaste bamboo. Well done, Isabelle. That is so true. I was at the airport over the weekend. And I won't mention the name of the company. I won't mention the name of the company. I don't like giving people free advertising. So, and it was a group of about 30 ladies, right? And they had their masks with the, branded masks. I was like, oh my word. And I kid you not, I was curious to know, where are they going? What does this company actually sell? Is it just the beauty products? I was interested. I was, all of a sudden curious to know more about the product, but I quickly cut myself, I quickly disturbed the pattern that I was on, wanting to know. But I got something from that, what, branding is very important, very important. Perfect, Tozama. That's another way. Well done. Tozama says today she pitched about the products to a gentleman that was giving out newspapers in the area. Everyone is your client. Remember how I told you about the client that walked onto my dealership wearing scruffy clothes, flops shorts, and a bit torn t-shirt, and that person bought the most expensive car on the floor. Every person you come across is your client, especially if they come to you wanting to know about your business. They might be a future business partner. They might not be wanting to partner now, or they might not be wanting to buy now, but the mere fact that they've seen or shown interest onto what you have, that is your future business partner. Or they will connect you to people, because I've had people as well that would say, this is not for me. Those people that would say it's not for them. I would ask them for referrals. Give me the people that you think it's for. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a numbers game. We need to be known, we need to be visible, and we need to be consistent. All right, leaders, what else on branding that we can speak about on branding? I love these ideas. So guys, we need to go. That is for me as well. We need to go back on our t-shirts and our masks. We need to go back on that, especially on weekends or when we're doing a street challenge. We need to go on that. That's the other thing. The other thing that I've started doing now. Don't laugh at me. The other thing that I've started doing now, I'm selling our green long reach bags. Initially, I will sell it to just the distributors, but now I'm selling it to clients as well. Yes. Well done, Coach Pulani. Here's the other thing she's saying. It's getting hot now. We need to brand the umbrellas too. Yes, guys, let's be visible. I like that idea. Let's be visible. So as I was saying, the green bags that we have, I sell them to customers because we're talking about recycling. We're talking about going greener. We're talking about how plastic is not good. And so why don't give the bags? Why don't sell the green bags that we have? If you see someone at a checker, no free advertising. If you see someone at a store, they're carrying a plastic bag. If you're not shy to talk to them, just talk to them and tell them, you know what, I've got a nice bag that is reusable, and then you just give it to them. Boom. There's marketing. There's marketing for you. That's free advertising. If you want to go an extra mile, we can even write our numbers on it. I'm actually glad we're talking about this. I'm getting ideas now. The other thing that I thought about, I don't know how effective it would be. I'm sharing it with everyone because I'll definitely not finish the molds that are in our country or in the world. I was wondering how effective it would be if we can have a banner, instead of renting a stand. Let's try it, leaders, those who would want to, a banner, right? Like the one that's behind, but with long reach name written big, and then you have your numbers, just signage next to a busy store in that mall, just have it there. Have the signage, have, any product that you would like, just create it nice. I know a lot of places make good banners, at a good price, and have my number big there and just leave it there. I actually want to try that. I want to see how it's going to turn out. You put it there next to a store that is very busy, obviously get approval from management and I'm sure they would want to charge you something, and just leave it there. Because when we go around, yes, let's do it, Coach Pulana. I want to see like the effect. I haven't tried it. I haven't tried it. So the banners that we have, let's don't keep them at our what is this, at our venues only when we're doing presentations. Let's go crazy. Let's go wild, for the lack of a better word. Let's be visible. Let's try at a busy store, well secured mall. Put your banner with your number, your face if you want to, and your contact details. Those who want to try it, let's try it. If maybe it's 2 or 3 people, I like doing things as a unity, guys. I'm sure you've noticed. If you have 2 or 3 people, gathering together, have your nice picture of 3. I'm sure it will even be more attractive if you've got other leaders with you, and then put your 3 different numbers. 3 different numbers on the banner, and then have your pictures. I think that will work very well. What else can we do on branding? We spoke about the umbrella, since it's getting hot now. We spoke about our green bags, not only for distributors, but we're selling it to our customers as well. Or you can even inflate it into a price. Come on, man, we are salespeople. Inflate it into the price. That thing it's not expensive. Inflate it into the price. Put it there when you're delivering, especially if a client buys 3 or 4 products. Put it there and say, there's a bag. I kid you not, they're going to want to use it without you even having to ask them to use it. We can also try giving away yes. Exactly what I just said now to my guys. So yes, a few of our products to a few kids in school. That alone may draw people nearer, because showing compassion for others also does promote the business. Yes, that is so true. That is so true. Remember, we also spoke about that, where you Yes, Abubu, let's do it. This is we spoke about what Dimakatso is touching on previously, where we said when the company is giving us the free products, what are we doing to our existing customers? Because it can't always be about money, money, money. And trust you me, once you start doing things, with kindness, money follows. Once you start doing things with kindness, money will follow you. Once you start doing good, because when you are impacting someone's life and you've done great for them, they won't keep quiet. They're going to talk about you. Boom, that's another free advertising. So as much as, and I've said this before, as much as it is money that we need, or the main core, the reason that we are doing this business is money, but find humanity. Do help, kindness, help, provide solutions. Remember, I said provide solutions, build relationships with your clients. Don't just let them be a customer and you forget about them. Build relationships. That's what makes a successful salesperson. I've practiced it, I've seen it, and it really works. And I've said you can't really be in the business of sales or marketing if you don't love people. Yes, when you include them to the promos, yes, that is so true. That is so true. When you include them to the promos, they come back and even send referrals, and then you need to spend money to make money. Oh, SDT. Like, that is so true. And that is something that people don't understand. You need to spend money in order to make money. I'm going to tell you a little story. I've got a whole lot of stories for days. I'm going to tell you, we still have time. I'm going to tell you a little story. I remember this one time, and people don't understand, some of the people that I was with at that time, why I was doing that. A lot of people at the time in my team, they liked to think, Uguti, I've got money, right? Because of how I would spend money. And I believe that when you're spending money, it comes back. And even if you don't get, like, life is a cycle. Life is a cycle. God always sends help, within, like, he always meets you at the point of your needs, So I remember this one time, I took out my team for breakfast. I took out my team. How many people were they? I think it was 8 or 9. I can't remember. Whoever that came with, they will remember. I'm sure some are tuning in now. We went for breakfast. Can I tell you, leaders? When I went to, before I did the poster inviting them, I went to the restaurant and I asked them, what is your cheapest meal? They gave me their cheapest meals and whatnot. Then I asked them, okay, fine, this is what I want to do. Can we have a set menu on this day for these people? They said, sure, we will do it, They did the set menu. They did the set menu for the day, and that set menu was exclusive to my people, right? They could order anything on the menu, but it was very, very limited. And then here I'm short. I can't even remember if it was 100 rand or 200. SD Tuli would maybe bail me here. I called her. I called my business partner or my upline, SD Tuli. I was like, hey, I'm thinking, I'm taking people out for breakfast. I am short. Please send. In the meantime, the bank is empty. The bank is empty, but I wanted to show them that I appreciate them. I wanted us to meet outside talking business, and voila, and after that, the team that I was with at that time, they are still part of the business. I'm not saying go ahead and do that and whatnot, but that was something that I learned from, because they started wanting to order, because I showed them kindness. I showed them I wasn't just a business partner. I am a human as well. And I it's the first time I'm sharing this story. They'll probably be shocked, So sometimes we can go out of our way to show kindness, not because we are taking from a whole lot, When you give kindness, or when you give, it shall surely be returned to you in one way or the other. And this is something that I always said. Now I think I'm going on. I'm motivating. Here's the other thing that I want to share with you, leaders. And again, I'm also an example of that, right? When you are, don't be tired to do your business consistently. Don't be tired. You might be planting the seed now. Trust you me, the seed will germinate. It doesn't have to be where you've been planting. It doesn't have to be where you've been planting great leaders. It can be anywhere else. But the power of putting in and getting more in return, the power of putting in and getting more in return. When it is time, everything will flow. So don't get tired of doing your business, even if it doesn't make sense to the person next to you. Do your business. Do your business. If you believe that long range, and that's the other thing, have faith. Believe in what you are doing. Believe in what you are doing, and the only way you're going to believe in what you are doing is by you wearing a suit, an armor of faith, diligence, self-motivation, humbleness, hard working. If you can wear all of those upon to yourself, nothing and no one will distract you. Continue even if it doesn't make sense. Even if it doesn't make sense, one day it will make sense. It will make sense. And I'm seeing like a whole lot of leaders now. I've started Coach Pulan. I've seen now a lot of leaders. They are really growing so much more. Not only in how can I put it? Even though it is to do with long reach, even though it is actually, let's talk about me. When I started the business, I didn't even think I would do live trainings. My reason for joining business wasn't that. My reasons for joining business wasn't anything that I'm learning. There's so much value in our business. There is so much, and you will be led onto the right direction. You will be led onto the right direction. So don't get tired. Don't get tired showing up. Don't get tired opening your box of tea bag, selling loose tea bags. Don't get tired. You will win. You will win. We both don't know when, but you will win. Right, leaders? Okay, before I get carried on, I know, I get carried away. I know. All right, leaders. I think we have touched on a whole lot, a whole lot of things tonight. We have touched on a whole lot of things, and what we emphasize on is branding. Let's take the ideas, the great ideas that we have shared on this platform, and put them into practice. Remember, we spoke about the principles of a loose tea bag saved my customer. Oh, Coach Pulane, I'm so happy to hear that. And I don't even want to get emotional, leaders. I know how to sell a box of tea bag to put food on the table. I know how to open a packet of paint liners to put food on the table. Don't take what you are doing for granted. Don't take what you are doing for granted. We all have to start somewhere. I was celebrating the other day, or congratulating a D1, and a whole lot of people take that stage for granted, that it's just a D1. But there is no star director that did not start on being a D1, great leaders. There isn't. They all started there. How fast their move went, or how fast their business grew, or don't compare your journey onto the others. We always speak about that. The mere fact that you were started, finish. Consistency is everything. Finish. Don't leave it hanging. When you get D1, look forward to get to D2. When you get to D2, look forward to get to D3. In that way, on your journey, impacting people's lives, changing people's lives. You will be met at the point of your needs. Trust me, leaders. I don't know why I'm getting all emotional. Yeah, so back to our business, back to our branding. So anything that we teach, that we learn on these platforms, it is not because we've got extra time or we've got free time. We are hungry for change. We are hungry for change in our business, and we want to impact many of you guys with the knowledge that we have. And we also want to learn from you guys. So let's continue teaching each other. Let's continue teaching each other. Let us be consistent. So one of the things that we have learned tonight, we are going out there. We're gonna brand or paint our towns green or whatever color, everybody's gonna know that we are here and we are here to win wherever you are. I've done street challenges by myself. I did not stop and I will not stop. And I want to encourage you to do exactly the same. It is your business. No one is going to do it for you. No one is going to do it for you, leaders. I thank you so much for your time. I hope this was powerful. I know it's a review. It's a review training. These things happen, man. These things happen. Yes, the foundation of our business is the D2s. The foundation of our business is the D2s. Whenever you get onto the top, don't forget the people that are down there. We are saying that we are about changing lives. We are said we are about eradicating poverty. We are saying we are about change. Let us practice that. Let us put that into action. So let's go ahead from tomorrow. Let's paint our town, our cities, where we are. Let's do it. Let's paint it green. Let's carry our green bags. Let's take pictures. Let's go viral because we've got the best. We've got the best platform. Many have tried different platforms. Not to blame them or anything. Everyone is seeking for success. But there is no quick journey to success. There is no cutting corners to success. They came back because they've seen how powerful this platform is. So let's go ahead, leaders. Let's take it out there. Let's continue. Even if you're by yourself, you're in a town, you're alone, continue. Thank you so much, leaders, for your time. Thank you for listening to me. If this training has added value into your life and you are going to put what we learned about here into practice, go ahead and type value before I greet you. Great evening. Thank you so much, Coach. Thank you, Simi Solar. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, leaders. Let's don't get tired. Thank you. Type value on the comment. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate every one of you. Let's go ahead and fix each other's crowns, male or female. Let's go ahead and impact each other positively. Thank you so much, leaders. Thank you, Favor. I didn't see you. You were hiding from me. Welcome and good night. Thank you so much, great leaders. Let's go ahead. If you have taken something from this training, if you've taken something, go ahead and share it with your team members. Go ahead and share, even if it's upliftment, even if it's empowering, even if it's motivation, act crazy. Go ahead and share it and go ahead and do it. And guys, if you don't have funds to invest onto the branding, there is power in coming together. If you've got 20 rand or whatever, $5, get with 4 other members, put something together and start. There is really power. I don't know if you guys know, sorry, I know I have already greeted you guys, but I've been doing Stockfells. We've been doing Stockfells with people from different teams. It's been working very well. It's been working very well, because sometimes you find that people don't have money to start, with a huge amount, but they've got the product, they've got the knowledge, or the skill to sell. They want to sell. So we created the Stockfell programs, and they've been working very well. Currently, we've got 4 running where people pay money on weekly basis. It's 1,000 rand on the other, 345 on the other, 315 on the other, and 1,000. Yeah, it's 2 on the other ones. So we've been doing that. Everybody gets a 10, and it's a weekly basis. And D1s, D2s, D3s have been produced with those Stockfells. So if you want to try something like that, you can inbox me. I will get help for, because I'm already managing the 4. I will get help and show the other person how to actually manage it. Let's go ahead and groom and empower each other. Much love. Mwah. Mwah. Love you, team.